Alright, for this next part we're going to be flickering the lights. So I'm going to find the layer that I need to animate. I'm going to open this layer up right here. And instead of transform or position, and I again want to make sure that this is converted to a smart object so it doesn't give me any issues while animating. I'm going to use the opacity tool this time. So I'm going to click opacity to get my first keyframe. I'm going to go to 10 frames and I want to lower down the opacity so it flickers. So I'm going to go into my layers right here and go to the area that says opacity. Go down to 25%. As you can see, this is what I want. I'm going to take my layer again right here, and then I want to bump up the opacity again to 100, so I'm getting a flickering effect all the way down. So that is what I'll be creating. 100, hit return, 25, 100. I could copy and paste, but I just want to make sure this is understandable and it's easy to follow along. So I don't mind doing this one by one, but we're almost there. Okay, and this one goes down to 25. And this is the flickering effect that I'm creating. As you can see, each time I change the opacity, I get a keyframe with the opacity option of this animation. So it's an interesting tool to use if you want to fade or flicker or do any type of thing that involves transparency or opacity. Cool trick to do. Okay. Now, go in here and go 25. Good. Okay. And the last one, which will be 25. Alright. So now I can preview this by hitting down spacebar. It's going to be a little slow because it's still rendering. As you can see, the green means that it needs to render. But the second time around, it will be a little faster. But this is the effect that I want. And I'm going to do something similar to the jack-o'-lanterns, using the same thing, opacity. Okay, so this is it rendered. As you can see, it's a lot faster. And this is what I want. Excuse me. So I'm going to do the same thing to the jack-o'-lanterns. I'm not going to repeat the same steps. It's pretty much the same thing that I did with the windows. I'm just going to find the jack-o'-lantern layer, like so, and then do the same thing here where I'll, we'll just do one. Click and then find the area that I want. So in this case, with the jack-o'-lanterns, I actually created some effects to it. So I probably want to animate this effect right here, so the brightness and contrast, not the jack-o'-lanterns actually. So the jack-o'-lanterns are going to stay as they are, and we're going to go here into brightness and contrast. So click opacity, the same thing again, so maybe make this a little smaller and then go down to 25%. So this is where it was before, there it is after, and I'm going to repeat that until I get to the end of the timeline, right? The next part and the last part is animating the bats, and then I'll see you in the next video on how to do that.